Hey guys, can you guys hear me? Let me say hi in the group as well. And let's get some of you over here to the chat. Hey, so today I thought of making a satisfying animation since forever we have been making satisfying animation loops in our channel, right? So today we are going to do just that. I hope you guys are hearing me. Oleg is here, and we have Anthony Abraham. Hey guys. So today we're gonna create a satisfying animation. We're gonna start with the satisfying animation loop kind of thing, and then I thought we'll do something like what we have been doing in the past few weeks, right? Something like a minimalist UI design kind of thing, because I'm kind of into that kind of stuff these days. I've been collecting a few of these renders, stuff like this. So yeah, this kind of stuff kind of intrigues me these days. So once we're done with the satisfying animation, because that's what we do in our channel, we will... I am audible. Okay, thank you. So yeah, Janita Jayasanka. Okay, we have Sri Lankan here with us today. That's cool. Hey man. So yeah, we are going to start with that. Okay. Right, I think I have to enable my shortcut, whatever. Right. Yeah. Okay, we have that going. So what are we gonna do? So I was actually going through a few animation loop kind of stuff, and maybe we can start with a simple sphere and create something, right? And I need my items over here, and yeah, I'm just gonna make the shade smooth, add subdivision surface modifier, did I add it? Control 2, subdivision surface, and we already have 6 viewers. That's cool, real cool. Welcome to everyone who's here, who's new here, and to everyone who's joining us new. We have a Discord server running these days, and wait, hold on here. And you can join to the Discord server in the link below in the description, and you can showcase your art, your Instagram handles and everything here. We have some really cool stuff last time. I love this so much, and even this. I asked him to add an HDRI to make the lighting look better, and he actually did, and it looks a lot better now than it was. So hi from Brazil. That's awesome. Oh, we have the ultimate girlfriend here as well. Hi, Daniel. Hi, to everyone who's here. Welcome, who's new. And so you can post your Instagram handles, your artwork, anything in the showcase channel, and by the end of the stream we will go and check them out, right? So yeah, that's about the Discord. And so let's start by creating something. So I already created sphere, and I feel like now it's better we start texturing this. And I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna add 2 textures. Gonna call this white. Maybe we might add some surface imperfections and stuff like that as well, if you're doing some good lighting. And now I'm gonna add some other color, maybe red for now. I'm just gonna keep it red, and I'm gonna call this red. So yeah, make magic bottle, please. Magic bottle. What's the magic bottle? Speaking of bottles, why don't we make this a bottle? Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm just gonna start with Sophia, and then we can replace this if you want. So what's the magic bottle? I don't know what the magic bottle is. If you just put something, explain it a little bit more, then I might be able to figure it out. So yeah, we have the two textures going, and I think spell bottle. Why don't we Google that and find out? Magic spell bottle. This is a magic spell bottle. Right. We'll see. Maybe you can post a picture or something in the Discord and we can figure it out together. So, right. So what are we gonna do? I'm going to shade view and shift D, duplicate this. I'm gonna scale this in half, 0.5, and S, while pressing Control, move this up. We have two spheres. Maybe we can make this something like BB-8, maybe droid in Star Wars. Although the droids wouldn't have two spheres. So yeah, I think I have to save this somewhere. I'm just gonna save this in the desktop. No, I have a livestream 4 file. So I was actually planning to do something else, but then I thought I might as well do a satisfying animation because we haven't done something like that in a while. And yeah, what else? What am I gonna call this? LS4, because it's our 4th live stream, right? So yeah, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this 6 meter. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna move this to the first frame, and I think I'm gonna add a keyframe here, I, and the location rotation scale, and I might move like 80, 170 keyframes. Yeah, let's do 70. Let's do 70, and I'm gonna move this something like no. Think I can move this in the Y? No, in the X. This says, let's make this 0 out first. And did I apply? Okay, so let's go to side view, 3 in the numpad, and Y, I'm gonna make this minus something like 6, and driver, yeah, we might go to the drivers in a bit when we're adding what do you call the graphs and stuff, like, so we can go here, but right now I think I have linear selected, but I think I might add it, make it all Bezier for this animation, what I have in mind. So let's go to the animation tab, and it's linear. We're gonna make it Bezier, right? And I'm gonna select this, select all these keyframes, right click, and the interpolation mode, I'm gonna make it Bezier. So now we have something like that, right? Okay, we have something like this going, but then I want this to rotate as well, right? So for that, I think this should rotate now in the X direction, maybe 360. Let's try 360. I okay, that looks kind of weird, a bit weird. Let's play that again just to see if this kind of looks good. That's still not giving me the vibe. Okay, let's try 300. I mean, there's some math to it, but are we gonna do the math right now? Okay, this should be here. So okay, that's better. That's more like it. And now in the 70th keyframe, I'm gonna animate this as well. So now in the first keyframe, I'm gonna add I location rotation scale, and in the 70th keyframe, the position, I'm gonna make it right, -6 and I. Now let's play this, but then I'm gonna add a rotation of like let's try 360 for this because it's a lot smaller than our main sphere, right? So I'm gonna make it something like 360. Let's try 360 again, and it should go in the opposite direction. So this should be -360 because it's rotating the other way. Can you tell how to do looping animation? Of course, yes. So we are going to make a looping animation now, so you can see how we're doing it. It's super easy. You just have to make sure the first frame matches the last frame. And my friend is texting me. Never mind, you can wait. So now you can see we have an animation. I'm just trying to see whether these two, oh, there's a problem there. These two are supposed to be on top of each other, and right now it's not. So what I'm gonna do is, but is it noticeable? Maybe it's because we added a subdivision surface here. And do we have one here? Yeah, we do. And I'm gonna delete the keyframes of this again, and I'm gonna press G, Z, and Shift to align it. I'm just gonna eyeball this. Place it slightly on top of each other. So this is our new location, and add a keyframe there. Move to the 70th keyframe again, and I think this was okay. Did I okay, I accidentally deleted all the keyframes for all the objects, so I'm gonna select this one only and delete the keyframes. Now I deleted everything, so I think I have to delete it from here. Clear, delete keyframes, delete keyframes. Did I delete the keyframes? Yeah, I did. Right, let's make this 0, and I'm gonna add snapping on. How did you learn Blender? Can you tell how to do looping animation? So yeah, that's what we're doing. How did you learn Blender? Oh, so it's actually from YouTube mostly. Started by watching YouTube tutorials, and eventually I started experimenting on my own, and yeah, that's actually how I learned. So I think I have to delete the keyframes from this. Now it should work. Okay, now right. Oh, I got it. So I'm gonna select this GZ and I. Now since I've turned on the keyframe automatic keyframing, it automatically adds a keyframe for me, right? So now what I'm gonna do is move to the 70th keyframe, and I'm gonna make this -6. Yeah, -6, and I think the rotation is already 360. I'm just gonna press I on top of it and move back, and since this is 360 here, I'm gonna make it 0 and I again, just in case. So now we're back here. So that's a start. I hope it's on top. Oh god, it's not. Okay, something is wrong again. something actually wrong? It's just that it's so hard to measure it like this. Okay, so there's a slight gap in between. I hope you can't really see it, but I wish I could make it accurate here. But I feel like there is a small difference, but you can't tell. Maybe it's because if it's a UV sphere, but I don't know. I can't really tell what's making this small gap between these. So yeah, maybe it's because it's a UV sphere. I can make this an icosphere, but it'll take more time. So we're just gonna leave it like that. But next time when you guys are doing it, maybe use 2 icospheres. That'll make things better. So we have this animation, and now 70, 70, 140, the 140th frame, I'm gonna bring them back to the first position. So all I have to do is just select this, Shift D, and move it here. And then if there are any issues, we can fix them here. So let's play this. Yeah, works. Let's just check the graph editor for once. So I'm gonna select both our objects, and I'm gonna press the home key in the keyboard. It gives me a nice zoomed in view of our graph editor. So this is the x-axis, this is the y, and this is the 140th frame, so 140 keyframes. Usually you would make it 139 because the start and the first keyframe should be the same. Now let's just see. Hey man, we have an old friend from mine who used to be a guy who was there with us from the start of the channel. So nice to see him here. Okay, so this is looping, you guys can see. Maybe we can add a few more details into this. So yeah, this is the time I normally go live, usually every Saturday at this time, because it's easy. There's not a lot of noise and stuff, there's a lot of night data left. So there's an issue for you, bro. That's the main reason, one of the main reasons. And it's peaceful at night, and a lot of you guys are actually up at night. And yeah, so I'm a night owl as well, so that helps. And yeah, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add an empty to control these. Add something like let's add an empty plane, go over here, and I'm gonna select all these objects. Now let's move it here. It's over here. Select the object, select this, Control P, and there you have an empty. So now if you move this, these move as well, right? Which is pretty cool. So now I'm gonna add a cube, right click, tab into edit mode. I'm gonna do the modeling here in layout view, and I'm going to cut this in half because we're gonna add a mirror modifier. Delete this face. Sorry. Oh my god, I just had some food. And yeah. And now I'm gonna enable clipping. Also, How's our Discord server doing? Yeah, it looks good. Also, how are you guys? What's been going on these days? How's the situation in your country? How's this whole virus affecting you guys? Let's have some chat going. I mean, it's getting a bit bored, isn't it? It's all 3D. Let's have some conversation going, guys. Come on. I'm gonna delete these faces. Right. I'm not sure if I did this right. Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna bring this way down. Oh yeah, that sounds really good. Even it's same here. We had a lockdown going until the 25th, I think, and now it's getting a bit better. Hopefully this will end soon. Can't wait to go out. Been stuck inside for a long time. It's pretty frustrating right now. So hopefully it'll end soon. I think I can add a mirror modifier. I mean, I can cut one half as well. So we'll cut another half from this side and delete. Gonna make this Y and go back to the right view. G. Oh, let's move this to the 70th keyframe so that we know the length of this. Why do I feel like this is not enough? I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is tab in edit mode, select this, scale them in half. That's 0.5. Now let's see how this goes. Okay, that looks super weird. Never mind. Let's just do this. What we can do is we can actually make this like 12. Will that work? No, I think this is good for now. So I'm gonna scale this. Oh, I think I have proportional lighting selected, so I'm gonna scale this in the x-axis. Alright. I think I'm gonna delete this as well. Switch on, switch off snapping. I follow your videos and I learn a lot. Thanks, man. Hey, that's really cool. I really love it when you guys actually learn something watching my videos. So yeah, I'm hoping to do a lot more videos from next month. I'm finishing a lot of my freelance work, and yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to do more of these tutorials and YouTube work, because that's what I enjoy. And yeah, so been taking more less and less freelance work so that I have more time to work on YouTube. Okay, maybe we can actually pull this way back. Will that look weird? I don't know. No, let's just leave it like this for now. And where is the empty? I'm gonna select the empty and then select this. Control P object, and we have the empty inside our, I don't know what you call this, but inside that thing. Now I'm gonna add the small, I don't know what you call this, I'm gonna delete these faces, yeah, all those faces, and I'm gonna extrude this out, E, J, and keeps going, clipping on, GX, and I'm gonna fill these faces with F. Right, now let's, because we just parented the empty, you'll just see how this works. So now if I actually rotate this, it'll affect this animation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the first frame, add a keyframe here, I rotation scale, and go to the 70th keyframe, and no, I'm gonna go to the first frame and rotate this in the x-axis like that, I, and maybe somewhere here I will RX, I, no, I'm just gonna leave it there, and add an I, and 70th frame I can raise this up a bit, I, and here I'm gonna leave this, I, rotate scale, and here I'm gonna just copy this keyframe, shift D to duplicate it, drag it to the 140th frame. There you go. So let's see. Okay, it's a bit weird because there's a huge stop going, but let's see. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this pull this down a bit more so that the animation gets a bit more dramatic. So let's see. Now I'm gonna switch on this again, RX, so we have that, nice, and we'll put this here as well. We'll pull this down a bit more. Now yeah, there you go, it's looping. Two colored particles come from a tube and mix them in a machine by a rotating screw. How I create that melting and mixing animation on particles? Oh my god, so you might have to actually do something with fluid, right? Fluid is a bit tricky, and it's out of my expertise as well, but what you can do is shoot me DM. I think I might be able to help you a little bit, Zija. We'll see what we can do. It might be a bit tricky, but you might have to do something with fluids. So yeah, now we have that, and maybe we can add a few more, like a small rotation here, maybe in the our x value. No, we already have it in the x, so maybe something like that. And in 70th, maybe we can do it, we can make it rotate like that. Yeah, so it's not just a straightforward animation. Hey man, you're back. I know, don't worry, we're gonna be creating a lot of stuff today, just not just this. So anyways, you guys can check the live streams in my channel. I'll have them all published, so you guys can check the live stream later as well. So yeah, well, we're gonna do something similar to what we do in what we did in our last stream. So yeah, so now I'm gonna add maybe something that I have never used before. I mean, only for this, a cone. So yeah, that's just it. Add a cone, and I'm gonna add a subdivision surface. Add 2 loop cuts here. Oh, the thing about cones is it's a bit hard to add subdivisions, so I'm always going to have to add another plane, and here I'm gonna select this ring and press G twice, G, push this up, like that, Control 2, again pull this down, and I'm going back to face select mode, select the bottom face, E, scale it down. So my cones can be a bit tricky, but they are cool as well. Yeah, there are instances where you can use them. Maybe I can add another loop, but a cylinder would make much more sense here, but it's okay. So where's our Oleg is also here. All the guys from last week are also here, so that's cool. Next time, why don't we all do something together? If you guys have any ideas, suggestions, put them in the Discord server. Maybe we can all contribute and make something crazy, like something really cool. All of us together, one single artwork, something like that would look really cool. So if you guys have ideas like that, put them in the Discord server, and we can actually vote and decide what we're doing, like, so that we can all do something while watching the live stream, right? And yeah, this is more like it. Maybe we can add a few more animations here. R, right? There you go. Okay, that's too much. Okay. Okay. All right. Now let's do the thing we do best: lighting and texturing. So I'm gonna add a plane. Scale this up. Maybe I can make this 20. Oh, that's too much. Even 20 is not enough. So from here, maybe I can make it 50. Okay, that's not enough as well. 60? Yeah, 60 should do. Oh my god, how you rigged the balls. We didn't rig the balls. We actually animated the spheres, because ball sounds weird. So the spheres, what we did was we just added some keyframe animation, and yeah, you can check the live stream how we did this. It's nothing tricky actually. What we did was we didn't do any maths either. So side view, first we animated here, started here, and animated in we added a keyframe in the 70th keyframe, and we just duplicated the same keyframes in the last keyframe, yeah, 140th frame, and added a few rotation keyframes and parented it into an empty here. And then the empty, we parented the empty to this kind of log thing, right? That's it. That's about it. Yeah. You just have to know how things actually work in the physical world when you eyeballing stuff. So now I'm gonna shade smooth, add subdivision surface, Control R, scale this up a bit more, and let's go to render view, and I'm gonna do this in cycles, but maybe the final render I might actually we'll see. And I am going to add an environment texture, and we are going to use one of Blender's default HDRIs here. Let's go to world settings. Here we have the studio HDRI. Let's check how it looks. Okay, looks okay for this. I feel like we can use this. Yeah. Why don't we make this plank like half of this? Right? We only have half of the animation. Oh, I have accidentally added keyframes here as well because I have enabled auto keyframing. So what I'm going to do is do this keyframe and maybe this one as well. So now I'm going to add my camera. Control Alt 0. Add my camera. And yeah, this looks good. We should add some shiny materials. What are we gonna add here? When I subdivide cubes or like quads, and if I have to add support loops at the corners, then I add a loop cut and then bevel it so it goes to the corners equally. Yeah, that's actually how you do it. So that's one way of doing it, but then it's all preference. You can actually do it the way you like, but sometimes stuff works you, and there are many different ways of doing the same thing, but depends on how much detail you want in your mesh as well. So I'm gonna add a bevel here and Shift D, all transforms. Oh no, we can't add it because we have a mirror going on. Okay, I'm gonna add I'm gonna make this something like 0.01. 0.01 and add 2 so that looks smooth. Shade smooth, normals, auto smooth. There you go. Right. So I am from Sri Lanka. It's right next to India. It's this small island under India. So yeah, that's where I'm from. Where are you from? So yeah, let's see. Okay, this frame looks a bit better. Maybe I need a top view, so what I'm gonna do is select view, camera view, and yeah, let's try this. Oh, you did. Thanks. I need to start uploading more stuff on my Instagram as well. But then these days I haven't been doing a lot of 3D work, so I don't really have a lot of content to upload. Now let's add some lighting, some actual lights. So, oh, did I screw my, yeah, I screwed my camera position, didn't I? So where was I? Okay. When you're dealing with cameras, it can be a little bit tricky if you don't add your keyframes. I'm gonna add a keyframe here so that I don't forget and disable this. Okay. So now I'm gonna add a light, an area light. Design a dot. It's not small when look from here. What do you mean? What's not small? Oh, you mean Sri Lanka? Where are you from? Oh, thank you. Maybe I would add this in a little angle, and Shift D. I'm gonna add this, like, maybe I might not add a rim light here, but let's see how this looks. I'm gonna add a new window, open it, and I'm gonna select the camera, go to viewport display, and yeah, here, this one I'm gonna give a render view. Also, I might make these super shiny. So I'm gonna go to my materials tab, make the white roughness 0 and the red roughness 0. Okay, these I don't know, I might do something else here. But then the white value, I feel like making it a bit of a matte color. So let's make the roughness something like 0.2. Yeah, well, it's not that small, but compared to India, we're a bit small, but we do a lot of big work, I guess. So, yeah. So, I'm gonna increase the scale of this. I don't know why I did that, but I'm gonna make this something like 100. And the HDRI is not growing on me that much, so I might delete the world HDRI here. And let's try now, remove the white, and maybe, so picking the right HDRI can be a little tricky. Maybe we'll go back to some other environment textures. Let's see what we have. In the world view, I have a nice Indo. Actually, these are all from the Blender internal HDRIs that it come up with. So this looks like a nice interior. Yeah. What do you guys think? We can go with this. Yeah, this actually looks better. We might add a color palette later, but for now, it's too bright. So I was studying software engineering, but then I dropped out. I'm from the US. Oh, that's cool. According to the speech yesterday, we have done everything right and well. Yeah, I know. I heard that part. So I'm not gonna say anything about you can use a plane and mesh with an emission shader. It always looks better than an HDRI. Yeah, Tusita. That's also true. But then I am actually going to more physical based render. So right now I am trying to get a more physically accurate render more than a nice look, a nice product render. Because when you're doing a product render, you can actually do that. And so yeah, we'll see. We'll just try a few more and we'll figure out what works. No, not this for sure. And so it's all about just trying things out and just checking what works. This is too white for me. Let's try sunrise. It has a nice shadow, but yeah, sunrise is kind of growing on me. I use sunrise and sunset for most of my renders all the time, so I think it's better if I go for something different this time. Okay, we'll do studio again. Maybe decrease this to about, we'll try this, we'll make it 2. Yeah, two works for me. And we have some nice reflections here as well. Do you do any post production in Photoshop? Yeah. So I can show you my Behance. Let me show you guys. I think I might have had. I actually used to. I mean, I still kind of do run a small digital marketing uh, agency ad kind of thing. So this project is something I show to my other clients when I do. So this is most of this is done through from Photoshop and Illustrator, especially these icons and stuff. And so I think I have a video down below. You can check it out. How I did these kind of stuff. So, so yeah, this is most Photoshop and stuff for social media posts. And yeah, where is Blender? Oh, Blender here. Yeah, so this is good. Now the materials. We are going to have to come up with something nice. I wonder if I have some of those wood materials I had before in some of my other work. So I'm gonna select this wood, not the wood. Add a new material here. And go to the shading tab. And Control T, because I have the Node Wrangler add-on. By the help of sky texture, you can have more control on lighting. Yeah, the new sky texture. True. Yeah, it's actually really great. When you, especially when you're doing an outdoor scene, stuff like that, it works a lot. Well, works really well. So now I think I have my textures. This is where do I have my textures? Oh, there. We'll go to wood and might use this one. Yeah. So you can see this is a bit stretchy, so I think I have to UV unwrap it. We'll do a cube projection. Yeah, that's easy and better. Cube projection makes things, I don't have to waste time creating and aligning all this. So cube projection it is. Maybe I can scale this up a tiny bit. Yeah, that's enough. It looks fine. And to the cone, maybe I can do the same thing. Isn't it too late in Sri Lanka also? It's 2 a.m. in India. It is. So I'm a bit of a night owl, so it's okay for me. But I'm really sorry if I'm putting you guys through this. And there's a huge internet issue in Sri Lanka right now because everyone's working from home and there's not enough bandwidth to cover a lot of people. So it's a bit hard for me to come on, especially do a live stream on the usual normal daytime. So that's the main reason. And so since I started doing my live stream at 1 a.m. every Saturday, and I've kept doing it like for the past 3 weeks. The sky texture, doesn't it? Okay, I haven't used the sky texture much. So because I'm so used to using HDRIs and in my renders, if I'm doing something like that. So yeah, so let's see how this looks okay, but I think we can do a little bit more better with the lighting. I think I might bring this a bit more closer and make this something like 500. Now let's see. Yeah, looks much better. And even this I can make it like, we have it 10, right? So make it 200. Let's try make it 500. So it'll play with the lights a bit. The light will make your scene look really good. So you can also add some surface imperfections and stuff to the sphere here, and yeah. If you guys want me to add, yeah, nighttime is better. I mean, there's less noise, less vehicles and stuff, and it's actually a lot easy to work at night. A lot, especially the noise. I hate noise. If you guys want me to put this file, I might actually have this up. I'll put it up in the Discord server so you guys can actually, maybe, I don't know, just play with it, do some stuff. Let's put it in general. I wonder where I saved it. Oh, I think I saved it in the live. There you go. So you guys can play with this, and we might actually do something a little bit more stuff today because we have a lot more time. I'll show you guys what you guys want to see me do. I know it's time to sleep when the birds start chirping. Yeah, yeah, sure. Well, I usually go up for a long time, especially at night. So maybe I'll show you guys some of my projects, and you guys can actually throw in your work here as well. Maybe we can review them, go through your work and see what you can improve. We can all just talk things through and see how cool it is. And let me show you something. Render. I was working on some character work for an animation. I'm actually looking for someone to write a script for a short film. So we'll see. Probably next year. It was actually going to be a feature film, but then not enough budget, stuff like that, actually led me into making a short film rather than a feature film. So let's go to where do I have these saved. I have no idea. So Blender. Where I saved this? Okay, I know, right. This scene is taking a while to load. Okay. So these are some of the characters from one of the short films I'm planning to make. Hopefully I'll have time to make this. Do you guys think I should do another character kind of video? I mean, a character animation kind of video, or do you guys like me to do more what I normally do, like satisfying animations and stuff? I used to do a lot of character work as well, but it's been a while since I did anything with characters. A long time. Think I should go to, let's make this simplify and make this 1. Even 1 can be a bit hard to work with sometimes. I'm a bit thirsty. Okay. Yeah, sculpting is great, but I usually tend to skip sculpting a lot mm, because if so, some of these characters, most of these, most okay. Where did I lose his pants? How did he lose his pants? Okay, it's here. I don't no idea how that happened. So most of these characters, it took me less than 2 days to make them because so I usually take 1 day to create the head of a character and create the head of the character. It usually takes 1 day because the face is the main part of a character. So I tend to take a lot of time to get the face right. And then usually what I would do is I would have a base mesh of fingers, feet already modeled somewhere saved, right? Because I don't want to be modeling hands and fingers all over again all the time, but depends on the character. If it's a female character, the hand might be a bit smaller, right? So those kind of stuff I have already saved, so I might make some subtle changes, tweaks to the hands and stuff sometimes, but most of the time I'll try my best to use the same hand to all these characters, the same feet for the most of these characters as well. And these two characters, it's the same body, but I just took rid of the abs and stuff. So, but this guy, I think I modeled him ground up because I think I wanted him to look a bit more different. Yeah. So, I mean, sculpting is cool, but it takes a lot of time. So it would take at least a week to get it finalized, done with all the retopology and all the stuff. So I just start polymodeling because I work in Sri Lanka, and it's pretty hard when you're working with Sri Lankan clients, especially they don't have they call you at the last minute and they want high quality work with a less budget, and it's really tough in Sri Lanka when you're working with when you're doing this kind of stuff for clients. So I tend not to do much this kind of stuff for Sri Lankan clients because it's impossible to work with them. So yeah, it's a bit tough. So that's one of the reasons why I don't sculpt a lot. But if it's a huge production and if you paid well, if you have more time, of course you can do that. If of course, I mean, sculpting is really great, but if you have time and patience to work on it. Also, Blender sculpting is really great. I mean, it's not almost, but it's really close to ZBrush as well. So if you can sculpt in ZBrush, you can definitely sculpt in Blender. Yeah, this is for film kind of thing I'm working on, and I mean, I had these guys for a while, and but I never used them. Even this guy is for the same project. So it's the same project. I've been working on this for a while, but then I couldn't get the script figured out. So yeah, I need to find someone to get script done. Until then, nothing. So yep, until now we'll do something. We'll make something cool. I was thinking, how about we'll do something we did something like what we did last week, one of those UX designs kind of stuff, right? Wonder if we have some references. If you have any questions, just put it down here in the chat, and we can discuss them. And I also really love to do a shoe model. I haven't done a shoe model in a while. I mean, I didn't get any project related to shoes, so I think we can do something cool now. I mean, just model something some UX stuff. So I'm gonna start with a new project. I think I might use Blender 2.8 because I'm just gonna delete this, and I'm gonna add a plane. RX, no, RX90. Right, and E to extrude this out. Okay, maybe I drag this in a little bit more. I really want to do one of those animations, like have you guys seen those commercials they do for Windows? I mean Microsoft. Those commercials are really cool. So I really want to do one of those one fine day, hopefully, if I have some time. Windows Lemma shapes with those glass materials. Yeah, those kinds are real. I mean, those animations are real cool. I mean, I find them cool. I don't know about you guys, but I think those are really cool. And I feel like we can do something like that. Those are in the same minimal and abstract kind of designs that I like. So I really want to do something animation with them. So maybe expect to see a tutorial or something like that in the future in the channel. So yeah, I think I told you guys that I'm going to be doing a lot more tutorials in the future. I mean, I've started taking YouTube more seriously because now I've stopped taking a lot of my freelance work as well. So yeah, that's a good thing, I guess. Okay, now I'm gonna add another plane, or no, I'm gonna start with a circle. Tab in edit mode 1, tab in mode 1, go to the vertices, select mode and delete these words. And I'm gonna delete half of this as well. Add a mirror clipping. And let's add a solidify modifier. And E. Huh, that's weird. Okay, wonder what happened. Oh, that was a mistake. So now we have that. I'm gonna add the solidify modifier again. Scale it up. Okay. Maybe I'll add this here. Okay, that looks better. And I might add a bevel here as well. So let's do a normal and add a bevel modifier. There you go, that's your bevel. Maybe the bevel might come before or after. Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, that looks kind of cool. We have something going on here. And I'm going to duplicate this, rotate it, and we're going to play with thickness. Make this way smaller. And the thickness. Right. Push this back. All right. That looks better, I guess. Okay. Now let's add a plane. And E. Did I tell you guys about my experience with Cinema 4D? Not Cinema 4D, wait. What was it? 3ds Max. So I had to use 3ds Max for this project, and it was so annoying because I'm used to these hotkeys, and in Cinema 4 in 3ds Max you had to use these gizmos for everything. I mean, you can use hotkeys, but they're not that cool like in Blender. Once you get used to Blender, it's a bit hard to model in other software. So you always have to model in Blender and take it into softwares like 3ds Max. So it's a bit tough once you get used to softwares. But I mean, it's the same principles, but I don't know, I guess for some reason maybe I'm a bit biased because I've been working on Blender for about 5 years, and I always take Blender's side. You can't blame me, right? I always pick Blender. So let's add a camera here as well. Let's add our guides. Actually, I learned a lot doing doing our live streams sometimes. Why is this message restricted? Okay, I don't know why. So I learned a lot last week I learned something about using these guides. I didn't know that, but one of you guys told me to use them, and it was there. It was easy. Made my life a lot easier. So doing these live streams, actually I learned a lot too. So let's make this like, yep. I'm gonna bring this out. GUI. Okay. Imo Blender is just as good as the other major 3D programs, of course. Yeah, I mean, all those other 3D programs, you need add-ons and plugins to get the best out of them, right? Even Cinema 4D, 3ds Max, you need V-Ray. So Blender, right off the bat, you got cycles and everything by default. But then when it comes to 3ds Max and stuff like that, when you add the plugins and the add-ons and stuff, it is, I mean, it's a bit hard for Blender to compete. But right off the bat, Blender is so much better when it comes to the default workflow. Even Cinema 4D, when you add all those fluid simulation add-ons and all the plugins and all this stuff, there's a lot of stuff like that for Cinema 4D and the whole Autodesk suite, where we don't really have in Blender. But once put together, I feel like I can scale this up a bit. I'm going to delete this and add a new plane. Way down, E to extrude. And all transforms, select all these edges and Control B, all right, there you go. Okay, now we have something that looks a bit like a mobile phone. Okay, and I think I'm gonna add a few more stuff here. Maybe we can create something that looks a bit like, I'm gonna hide the camera, it's a bit distracting. Global view is better. Shift D. Okay. Now I'm gonna make all this one object and all transforms, and I'm gonna add a solid d5. Yeah, this thickness looks good. I think I'm gonna add a bevel as well. Bevel. Okay, there you go. Now I think I might select these corners. No, I think I should. What I should do is apply the solidifier and select all these corners. Should be able to select similar length. Yeah, similar length worked. And Control B to bevel all these. There you go. And we have this. That was easy. Now what can we do? We can add some cool stuff here and make them look different. Can add a cube and maybe something like a gift box, like in some of our previous videos. Maybe we can bevel everything, right? And local sy. And set shade smooth. Also, I'm gonna add the bevel again. Okay, that looks good. Now let's check how it looks. We can add another. I'm going to select all this and add some lighting. Let's try one of our environment textures. Desktop, world. I think we are in Eevee, yeah. Alright. That looks kind of cool. So, I feel like this would be it. Do you guys want me to finish it, or do you guys want to finish this? Shall I upload the blend file, and maybe you guys can actually finish this and upload this in the showcase panel and let's see what kind of cool stuff you guys come up with. And yeah, anyone there? So I guess that's it. I'll upload the blend file, and we can end this week's first stream, and we can do something cool next week. Please just put some messages on the Discord server about what kind of stuff you guys want to do next week, so that I can actually get an idea on what we can do, and we can actually do something cool next week as well, like what we did last week, right? So I'll catch you guys next week. See you.